you the type of person who can't seem to make a change? Or are you bad at keeping your New Year's resolutions? Let's say maybe you wanted to quit smoking, or you wanted to get slimmer, lose that fat, go to the gym, or maybe stop swearing. Are you or have you been having trouble keeping those promises to yourselves and you can't seem to do it? Stay tuned. That's next. Welcome back, guys. So since you're here, maybe it's safe for me to assume that you're one of the many people who can't keep your New Year's resolutions, or those who have been planning to do something for the longest time but can't seem to have it take off the ground. So let's talk about a technique or a step-by-step process in order for you to go from point A to point B. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you an easy way to remember what those 3 steps are. So these are called the 3 steps to achieving something that you plan. So number 1, it's called awareness. Second is acceptance. And the third is affirmative action, or simply action. So let's start with the first A, awareness. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ng awareness? Okay, kailangan aware ka or alam mo that there is something, whether there's something wrong with you or there's something that you want. Siguro mas madaling i-explain if I'm gonna give an example. So for example, you've been wanting to quit smoking. So that's the example. Awareness is, you should be aware that you smoke 2 packs a day of Marlboro Reds. Okay? You should be aware that maybe you have bad breath, or that maybe your teeth are yellowing, or your fingernails are discoloring also, or your clothes are starting to smell like smoke. So yun yung unang-unang step, kailangan meron kang awareness. And yung kalaban ng awareness is, of course, denial. Okay? So some people can help you be aware of something, kasi sometimes we're not aware of situations that we are into or that we have. So classic examples yan, body odor or halitosis. Hindi mo alam, mabaho yung hininga mo, or may putok ka. Okay, so some people, especially those who are close to you, may be able to help you be aware of that. So the most basic characteristic or trait that you need to have for step 1 to progress or to be successful is you need to be open-minded. At the very least, be aware of something. So that is the easiest step in these 3 steps. So now let's go to the second A for these 3 steps, so which is acceptance. So as I mentioned earlier in awareness, yung kalaban ng awareness is denial. So if you do not deny it, if you are willing to accept it, that's already step 2, which is acceptance. So ano yung example nun doon sa kanina natin na about Yossi quitting smoking? So you're aware that you smoke a lot and that it's bad for your health or hygiene, whatever. So ano yung number 2? Ano yung acceptance? Ito yung, hindi mo i-deny yun. You will accept na, oo nga. So malakas nga pala talaga ako mag-Yossi. Mabaho nga pala talaga yung hininga ko. Or naninilaw nga pala talaga yung ngipin ko. Or hinihingal nga pala talaga ako. Or maybe in the grander scheme of things, you can accept the reality na, oo, I know naman, awareness, na masama yung pag-Yossi. And number 2, I know that I should stop smoking. So that's number 2, yung you accept that you really want to change. So now let's go to the third step in the 3 A's, which is affirmative action, or simply acting on it. Okay, so this is actually, for me, personally, the hardest step amongst the 3. Kasi, karamihan ng mga tao, they get stuck at number 2. So, let me go back again to my example on quitting smoking. So, awareness, I know I smoke a lot. Acceptance, I know that it's bad for me and that I should stop. Okay. Pero, ganun lang yun. Ang nangyayari kasi, the hindrance to move forward from step 2, acceptance, to step 3, affirmative action, is commitment. Okay, so the first step is almost always the hardest. And what usually hinders that first step, kung denial yung between 1 and 2. Yung between 2 and 3 naman, eto naman yung mga fears, apprehensions, and justifications. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng example dun sa quitting smoking. So, ano yung mga pwedeng justifications? Kasi ang stressful ng trabaho ko. Kasi naman yung mga friends ko, lahat sila nag-yoyosi. Yun. At saka, minsan lang naman. Okay? So, you make excuses para hindi mo matuloy from stage or step 2 to step 3. So, that's very crucial. Kailangan matanggal mo yung in-between step 2 in order for you to become stage 3 or sorry, step 3. Huwag yung stage 3 parang cancer. So, what am I saying here? Again, in order for you to proceed or to move on from acceptance to action, kailangan mo ng commitment. Okay? You need to commit. Okay? And because if you commit to something, kahit na ano pang justifications, kahit pa anong reasons, everything else will follow. Okay? And then, kapag nagkaroon ka na ng action, sabi ko nga, the first step is almost always the hardest. Okay? So, think of baby steps, di ba? Kumbaga sa planning, may tinatawag tayong low-hanging fruits. Okay? Ano yung mga madaling gawin muna or kaya mong gawin? What are things that are doable, that will not kill you? Okay? So, I'll give you an example. So, pwede ka magplano. Kunwari, set a timeline. You can say, okay, in 7 days, I will stop smoking. So, magkaroon ka ng action plans. Ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin? So, magbabawas ka ba? Are you gonna do cold turkey? Are you gonna use a nicotine patch? Okay? And if should you proceed in doing your first few steps, ano yung mga follow-throughs mo? Okay? Ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin so that you will not relapse? Okay? Tapos, kailangan i-celebrate mo din yung mga victories mo, no matter how small they are. Yung kunwari, example, di ka na nag-yosi, di ba? Tapos kunwari yung ginamit mong approach is nag-cold turkey ka, tapos bumili ka ng nicotine patch, nilalagay mo dyan. Okay, and then, so you're on your way to recovery. Tapos, biglang nagtawag yung board meeting, tapos lahat sila nag-yosi. Okay, nag-meeting yung mga boss, which is almost always the case. Yung mga boss nag-yosi, tapos ikaw nandun ka lang. Okay? Yung hindi ka nag-crave, or even if you did crave for the yosi, you did not puff a cigarette. So, celebrate that. You have to tap yourself on the back na parang, wow, so I'm making progress. Tapos, if you must journal it, okay, if you must post it on social media, okay, kasi you need all the support that you can get. Okay, so depende rin yun sa personality mo. But what I'm saying here is, well, let me go back to what I said, mahirap yung action, yung third step. But after you're committed to it, you've made plans, and you celebrate your small victories, and you ask for help, okay? And also, siguro, ang idadagdag ko doon, in closing, when you fail or when you make a mistake, yung nagkaroon ka ng relapse, okay? Don't feel like you're a failure. Okay? We all mess up. Okay? So, pag ganon, edi babalik ka ulit dun sa commitment stage na, okay, I made a mistake, hindi ko ito mauulit-ulit. Okay? And then you take it from there. Okay? And then, sabi nga natin, in order for you to be considered mature and not an idiot, kailangan you learn from your mistakes and then you move on and you move forward. So, I'll give you another example. So, kunwari, magpapapayat na ako. Yan ang plano. So, awareness, grabe, obese na ako. Or yung BMI ko parang 10 points higher. So, yun ang awareness. Hindi na nagkakasya yung mga damit ko. Step 2, acceptance. I accept that I am obese and that I am not getting any younger and that I need to be healthier. So, that's step 2. But step 3, beginning Monday, I will stop eating junk food. And then, because I have a sweet tooth, I will cut down my intake of sweets by 1/2. And then, I will already enroll at the gym. And then, I will ask my good friend, whoever it is, to join me. And then, I will be motivated every day. And I will print a picture of my idol with his abs and all, so that I will be motivated. So, help me God, I can do it. Let's do it. Yun yung example ng tatlong A's. So, I hope that you guys have learned something from this really quickie vlog. And again, just to recap, the 3 A's are awareness, acceptance, and affirmative action. Hindi siya madali, pero if you put your mind and your heart, your commitment into it, nothing is impossible. So from here in Clock In Co-working Spaces by Ayala offices here at the Ayala Mall, the 30th, I wish you all well. I hope you are healthy, safe, happy, loved, and committed to making a change. So I hope to see you again soon, and again I hope you click subscribe and forward this message to your friends, and I hope it helps. So this is VJ Bentong. If you like this video, please click like, share it on your social media, and if you haven't yet, click subscribe and that bell.